Hey guys, what's going on? I do want to go over today's trades that I took today. This day was different, bro. Honestly, this is my biggest day ever. I made about $10,000 on a day. I took about like 3 trades, and honestly, I'm fucking stunned right now, bro. Um, I honestly want you guys to implement this on your trading because our strategy is stupidly simple, bro. No FEGs, nothing like that. No disrespect, bro. So let's get started, bro. So the first trade that we did take was on AMD. In the morning, in the pre-market when I was making my levels, I did notice AMD explosive levels sitting really right here on top, bro. So explosive levels are $50 moves, right? Every $50 moves to $100 move, okay, on any name, right? So we had AMD sitting right here on explosive level, and explosive levels are usually taken for rejection plays. So let's say it's pushing towards the upside, right? We're gonna get rejected, right? If it's pushing towards the downside, we're gonna take it for calls. Okay, you got that? So in this scenario right here, it was making a move towards the upside. So in this scenario right here, it does have to touch 500 exactly. So look at this. I had a dollar stop loss, right? Or you can make it $2. Or however, how much the stop loss is for you, bro. So let's say like $2, $1, or let's say if it makes a new high above this bracket right here, that would be the stop loss, right? So moving forward, I was on a 2 minute time frame, bro. From 9:30 a.m. EST, right when market opens, I'm on the 2 minute time frame, bro. And after 10 a.m., I'm on a 5 minute time frame, bro. Okay, y'all got that? So what time is it over here? It's 9:44. All right, check this out. It's making us move towards the upside, but it's like consolidating, bro. That was the first confirmation that it had, right? Look at the buyer volume, bro. Look at the seller volume so far. Not really much momentum for buyers so far, but look at this. They're taking over. That's another confluence that I had, bro, right? Consolidation, volume, and then initially it actually touched the explosive level. So I just waited for a rejection right here of this explosive level, and I entered for puts towards the downside, bro. Simple as that, really simple, 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 really fucking simple. I can't stress this enough. This is really simple, bro. This is really for dummies. Literally, bro. The contracts were moving crazy, bro. When I say crazy, they're moving crazy. When I entered, I was down like about like $30, like literally $30. The contracts weren't they're holding value pretty decently, bro. I was like down $30, and when I actually went into profit, that shit absolutely zoomed. It was insane. The gamma was insane. It was insane, bro. I was really surprised, bro. I was like, damn, what the heck? So actually, when it broke below 500, this is exactly where I entered at. This exact zone right here. Once it breaks below that zone, you answer for puts towards the downside. And look at the massive move that it made towards the downside, bro. So the first profit target was for me if it broke below the 8 EMA, literally the 8 EMA right here. So 8 EMA is just basically a little resistance level for if there's an actual trend, bro, right? If it breaks below 8 EMA, there's no trend no more. So as you can see, it's pushing towards the upside. There's a bullish trend. And once it breaks below the 8 EMA, that just confirms there's no trend anymore, right? Y'all got that? Okay, moving forward. So look at this. It made a massive move towards the downside, bro. It made a massive move towards the downside. So initially, I took most of my profit like exactly like near here, bro. I had like about 2 contracts in there. The contracts were about like $1,000 a contract, bro. Like near $1,000 a contract. I'm being so dead ass. I'm being so serious. I took my profits and I left it like that, bro. I left it like that. I was almost up about like 3 grand on a day. It was absolutely insane. And then moving forward, and also the second trade that I did take was another rejection play on AMD, bro. After I had a little pullback right here, right? I went on the 5 minute time frame, bro. Look at this. Look on the 5 minute time frame. So this is where the AEMA comes to play as well. Comes into play as well. So the AEMA, you could also take rejection plays. Let's say like an advanced BBAP strategy, but it's advanced AEMA strategy, right? So once it closes below the AEMA, it needs to come back and then retest the AEMA with the wick and just show that sellers are taking over, bro. As simple as that. It sounds so simple, bro, because it is, bro. Oh my goodness. There's no way. Alright, look at this. It closed below. No, not this candle. I'm pretty sure it was the next candle. It's just consolidating so far. This candle right here. This is initially where I re-entered for puts again towards the downside with a stop loss above, right? A stop loss above the 8 EMA. So we had to form an average right there initially as well. Acting like a little resistance level for buyers, bro, right? So this is initially where I entered towards the downside. Once it starts to getting rejected, once it starts to get rejected, trying to get below the VWAP, bro, right? This is where I initially entered for push towards the downside right here. Exactly right there. Stop loss was above the 8 EMA, right? Tight stop loss, $2 wide, not that bad. Then initially it made a massive move towards the downside. Bro, the contracts were holding value so decently, bro. The pre-market highs was literally sitting right here, right? Initially, I told everyone, yo, if it breaks below the pre-market high, I think we could keep on going towards the downside, bro. And initially, it did, bro. Look at this. It broke below, made a massive move towards the downside. This is initially I took my profits like near open price, bro. Literally, once it touched the open price, I took off everything, bro. Literally, I had about like 8 contracts on that, bro. Bro, the contracts were up about $1,000 a contract. I'm not even lying, bro. I'm not even lying, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. I gotta start trading AMD more, bro. Those contracts flew, bro. And then initially, we did end up taking SPY, bro. So look at SPY. So for the first like 30 minutes of market open, for the first like I think the first hour of market open, it was just consolidating. I tell everyone, yo, usually when all-time highs happens, it doesn't want to sit within the range. Like it's gonna chop around, right? But it won't sit in the same range the whole day. Like maybe intraday, it'll start getting trendy, right? So this is initially what you have to look out for. The play was that if it broke below the ORB right here, I started talking about this like initially when I started getting started breaking below the ORB. I told everyone, yo, if it breaks below the ORB, closes below the ORB, and it comes back and retests the ORB again, we can initially take it for a push towards the downside. Okay. So initially QQQs did do that, but SPY didn't. So I missed my entry right there, right? But check this out. The AEMA comes into play again. So I took a small little play towards the downside, like near here. I'm pretty sure on this play towards the downside. Once it broke below with bids and as breaking, right? Stop loss was a little bit wide, but this is a PC candle. PC candle is just basically a contained candle, as long as it's contained within the trend, right? Meanwhile, it doesn't break below the previous candle's low. Meanwhile, we're pushing towards the downside. It's a contained candle, right? Now let's say we're pushing towards the pushing towards the upside, right? Meanwhile, it doesn't break above the previous candle's high. It's a contained candle. So what contained candles pretty much mean, what they mean is just consolidation on the smaller time frame, bro. Right? Just consolidation on the smaller time frame. So 2 candles right there, consolidation, right? So I'll push towards the downside right here. The first profit target was initially, if a day, we can initially keep on going towards the downside, bro. But initially, QQQs had 2 more in average right here, bro. Literally sitting at the bottom, bro, right? So QQQ's 2 more in average acting like a little support level for buyers, bro. Literally, it got rejected off 2 more in average, bro. I was like, fuck. If it got below 2 more in average, I think we could keep on flushing, bro. Literally, bro. And then initially, I think my stop loss was triggered on that break even mark, bro. Literally, bro. I had to get out on both names. I had my break even. I think I was up about like 17 bucks on the funded. I had my break even mark on my live account. So I gained no profit off that, bro. Right? But this is initially where the AEMA comes into play, bro. Literally, the AEMA is so goaded on the 5-minute time frame, bro. This is one of my most powerful tools, though, that you have, bro, in your chart, bro. So AEMA, little rejection play, right? So AEMA on a 5-minute chart is so powerful, bro. If you see something like this, bro, like say a downtrend, bro. Literally, yesterday, I'm pretty sure I caught the same trade off the AEMA bounce, bro. Literally on QQQs, look. AEMA bounce off QQQs, bro. This is initially why I entered towards upside for calls. literally. Then add on off the 8 EMA once again. Caught this whole move towards the upside, bro. You could keep on adding on once it bounces out the 8 EMA in the 5 minute cycle, bro. Look, bounce, 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 bounce. Literally, bro. It's insane. It's literally insane, bro. So I told everyone, y'all watching this play for puts. If it gets on the 8 EMA, kind of gets rejected off the 8 EMA, sorry. We can enter on puts on towards the downside, bro. Like literally, it touched the 8 EMA. We entered literally once it broke below the 8 EMA, like nearly right here. And look at the massive move it made towards the downside, bro. I was like, yo, bro, this contract's up. Oh my gosh, bro. It's insane, bro. This is really this is so easy, bro. It is so damn easy. Oh, oh my goodness, bro. But you just literally have to time your entries, bro. Literally, bro. Ah, so I enter on this trade on my funded and also on my live account, bro. Bro, these classes are fucking long, bro. Ooh. So yeah, bro. Here's pretty much it. On the funded account, this is where I initially got those 240, 250 from, right? I mean 220. I'm pretty sure it was 220 on the day. Um, so yeah, bro. So many trades today. So many good trades today. Um, on a downtrend, bro. No mark is too choppy for me, bro. No mark is too choppy for me. Let's go, fam. Let's go. All right. So this concludes the little trade review that we had, and I'll see you guys in the next one, bro. Let's go.